Bud Wilkinson invented winning. And here at Oklahoma, we uphold the standard. This is the Champion Standard Podcast, where analytics meet film and the tailgate fuels the passion. Touchdown! From deep dives in the film room to advanced stats that tell the real story. Right! We bring Sooner football into focus like never before. The roar of the palace on the prairie, the legacy of champions, and the pursuit of the next one. It's all right here, so lock in, because this is Oklahoma football. This is the Champion Standard.
Let's go!
Let's go! Go! Go!
Hey, Sooner fans, welcome back. Sooners are 5-0. We'll recap the Kent State game and have a little hate week and look ahead to the Red River rivalry up next.
That's my standard. That's my standard. My champion standard. Champion standard. What away the answers? Yeah, the answers. Champion standard. Champion standard. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. Before we jump in here, I'm giving you a notice, Rob. Yep. Yeah. I saw you there. Yeah. Please like, subscribe. Would appreciate you clicking that subscribe button. We just, we'll take all the subscribers we can get for sure. So, hey man, it's good to see you back up on your feet. I know we had to cancel yesterday. I know you and your family, man, you've had more than your share of sickness the last 2 months.
Yeah.
It's just good to be upright, man.
Yeah, it's good to have some energy to actually get back into doing what I want to do, and that is look at film and get into the data and everything, and get ready for hate week.
Yep.
You know, I hope I'm not sick during hate week, man. I hope I got all the energy I got, because I want to get ready for this big game we've got coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to recap, Saturday's game beat Kent State 44-0. Another dominant performance by the defense. I know we'll get into that more in a second. So Hawkins gets his first start, and since what was his last? Was
Navy.
Texas his Navy? That's right. Yeah. He played in the bowl game. Forgot about that. So I guess we'll just start off with that. So
okay.
Yeah, so Hawkins getting his first start. I don't know if I saw leaps and bounds of improvement from him. I'm trying to be nice here because he's a great kid and all.
He is.
I get that. So I realize he hasn't played since last December too. So that's not fair to just assume he's going to jump in there and look like a world beater right out of the gate. But
he got a little bit of run with Temple, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Maybe a half a quarter
snaps,
or something.
Maybe
yeah, something like that.
15, something. Like it's not.
Yeah.
That's fair. A few snaps.
Right. But man, yeah, some of his footwork and release and all that all the stuff that people are really good at noticing, that I don't notice, but I'm glad we got plenty of people that can point that out. But
where did the sidearm stuff come from?
You know
he
what?
Didn't do any of that last year.
Is it rubbing off from Mateer? Because Mateer's got a little bit of that, and I'm like, I wonder.
Mateer's got this like natural sidearm,
whatever it is,
baseball like throw, but. He was sidearming it a lot. I was like, I don't remember any of that from last year.
I don't know, man. Yeah, so I hope he can make improvements because there's a really good chance he plays against Texas, which we'll get into here in a little bit. I thought the running game was just kind of again,
It was,
there were some flashes. I like Ott getting some more reps. I would just really like to have 2 or 3 really good options at running back the rest of the year, because we know those guys are going to get banged up when we get into the heart of conference schedule.
Right.
So, Ott had some nice runs along with Blaylock. When Hawkins runs, man, he looks like a track athlete. So I like when he gets in space. I never know if, just like Auburn last year, you don't know if it's going to go the distance or not, so.
Right.
Um,
With Hawkins, I feel like he's
Yeah.
got tunnel vision when he's trying to throw the ball, and then he's got tunnel vision when he's running the football too. Like, he's got speed, but like he just doesn't have very much peripherals.
yeah,
I feel
right.
like he misses lanes and easy yards and throwing the football. I mean, if it's right in front of him, he can get the ball there, but if he's got to like process anything, it sort of just throws him off a little bit. But yeah, he's a fast kid for sure, but the tunnel vision stuff, he needs to start, like, that vision needs to start winding out a little bit. He needs to be
Yeah.
able to see the whole field.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. The game. Sometimes the game never slows down for some people.
Mm-hmm.
They're good in practice because they're comfortable in practice, and there's not 80,000 people watching them.
True. Yeah.
And ironically, I'm hearing the same things out of Texas. That Arch Manning in practice, he's a practice quarterback. He looks comfortable. He makes the reads. He makes the throws, all that stuff. And then when the lights come on and he starts getting true pressure, he doesn't have the blue jersey on.
Right.
He's just a different quarterback. So I hope that continues. Maybe that's a good segue here. God, our defense, man, is it fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it hasn't – people are throwing around the E word that you don't like. Elite.
I hate the E word. I don't like that
so
word.
we're just going to say can we say great, Rob?
Yes.
It's great.
You can say great.
Okay.
I just don't like to say the E word, 5 weeks into the season. Like, I'll start saying it when we're in playoffs and we're beating one great team after another great team, and then we get to the national championship. I will say the E word, but 5 weeks in, I know that the stats are. I know the stats are.
Yeah. Eli just called you
they
out
are.
and said, "Don't be stingy."
I see them. I see the advanced stats. I see where OU is like literally by itself in all these categories, and like how they're not just like first in the SEC and first in some of these like stats only like national championship winners have really sat there in that lower or those higher quadrants of some of these advanced analytics, because being able to do that week to week to week, regardless of the opponent, does make you elite, right? But like, let's wait until we get to the playoffs and we send teams home in the playoffs and we get to Miami and we're sitting there with a great defense that's going to do something special. So
I bet I could convince you to say the word elite if we hold Mississippi and Tennessee down.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like.
You know what I mean? I just think that's probably two of the better offenses you may see over the next 4 or 5 weeks. So
yeah.
But no, they're good. One of my takeaways, I know we're not going to necessarily go through them because it was Kent State, but David Stone, man, player of the game, just all over the place, dominant. God, I remember last year we couldn't say enough about Jaden Jackson. Well, is he taking a back seat to Stone? That's just a question. I know.
I think they're just going to take turns, man.
It's just a question.
I think they're just going to take turns, man. I think this game was Stone. Auburn, I would say, was Jaden, the way that he was affecting the pass and the run game. I think they're just going to take turns. And that's I love it. Awesome is that we have 3 IDLs. We will not have 3 IDLs on a roster like this with Dominic Williams and Jaden and David Stone. Like it just I mean,
Yeah.
it maybe. Well, I would hope so, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's not normal to have a rotation of guys that can stay fresh through the whole game and play at a level
Yeah.
of complete destruction of that interior offensive line, which spells enormous trouble for Texas offensive line, where their
Yeah.
weakest is like literally
Right up the
everywhere.
middle.
But I mean, right up the middle.
Yeah. 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 No, I'm looking forward to that, man. We will just
Yeah.
feast on the interior. No, isn't it a, how about this for a luxury? And you would have told me I was the biggest idiot on the face of the earth if I would have said, hey, we're going to let Jaden Jackson and Dominic Williams take the week off and run with Stone and Halton and won't miss a beat and look just fine.
Yeah.
4 years ago, you would have said there's no way we could lose our top 2 interior defensive linemen and go out and actually field, some, but wow, how things have changed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
go
I mean,
answer.
statistically, yeah, Eli's right. I mean, this is like
Yeah.
the best third down defense in the country. It's not even close.
Not even close.
Like it's actually first and second down is where they're actually having the hardest time because teams are trying to cap on our, capitalize on our aggression on defense on first and second down, and they're popping for some plays in the run game. But besides that, defense has it locked down, and if you're winning the money down, you're getting off the field like you're the 3 and outs, extra possessions for your offense. You're wearing down the opposing defense because your offense should be holding on to the football, and as long as your offense is competent and is able to hold on to the football and have sustained drives, then that defense on the opposite side is going to get worn out. While yours is coming off 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. The opposing defense has now got this enormous amount of pressure on their shoulders to try to get off the field too. Otherwise, when they get in the fourth quarter, and they get gassed. Gassed.
Yeah. I'm with you. And what's funny is that the defense can give up 1 or 2, sustained drives a game, and it makes the time of possession look closer than what it is. But last year they were actually getting out there. I mean, every 5 minutes it seemed like they were having to jump out on the field because the offense couldn't stay on the field long enough last year.
Yeah.
So like you said, just some sustained drives, just eating up. I don't know if you can eat up 4 minutes of the clock, sometimes 5, and give that defense a breather. And this is it. Our defense just is so deep too that, man, we keep guys fresh. I want to say I looked at the snaps again this week, and it's probably the 5th straight week I feel like we've had 30 to 35 guys play on the defense.
Yeah.
Consistently. And
yeah.
Do you notice like a drop off ever?
Maybe at the corner spot.
Yeah, because that's the thinnest.
Yeah, I would say probably at the corner spot.
Yeah.
I mean, once you got your Gentry, Dolby's, and Guillory's come off the field, you kind of have a little, and our safety play is a little bit shaky. But I mean, besides that, but that's normal. I mean, you're talking about guys that are getting like what 20 to 30% reps at practice.
Right.
So I mean, it to them that's just getting reps on the field is building for next year. So, and that's what you got to do when you're your top dogs on defense. You get to play those guys. So,
yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say it was a solid. It was Kent State was a solid game for us defensively. I thought you couldn't ask them anymore, and plus Kent State had a healthy scratch at their quarterback spot. Like it's almost like they were like giving up the game at the beginning of the game, which was strange. But yeah, defensively we played well. That front 7 causes so much havoc. It's insane.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Segoy, is that how you pronounce that? Segoy English? Is that what I'm getting here? Segoy English, is that how you say that? So he had a question. Is Guillory hesitant now due to 2 flags versus Auburn? I would say Guillory has a little bit of PTSD from Mr. Coleman from Auburn more than anything.
Yeah, I
But
think.
I just think
Yeah,
that I just think that shook his confidence as a freshman a little bit.
I don't know.
But it's,
I think he's just trying to play smarter. I think he's just trying to play smarter, and because Cam Coleman is a 1-for-1. If you look through our schedule, like, we're not playing another Cam Coleman for until Tennessee. So maybe he's just trying to play a little bit smarter and try to play a little bit more conservative. Maybe he thought he was being a little bit more handsy than and aggressive, and maybe it's just his way of trying to retract on being conservative, and that way he can work himself back into being aggressive once he gets his confidence that he needs. But um, because that Cam Coleman is just a stud, man. Like, he didn't like Guillory didn't do anything wrong. Yes, he needs to play through the ball and he needs to punch at the ball better. He needs to have, eyes on eyes, eyes on hands. But those are all things that come with
Yeah.
experience. So
yeah, and you'd rather him be aggressive as to the contrary. Last thing on Kent State, man, I feel like our special teams is playing really special right now.
I know.
I mean, kicker, punter, return game. Sategna's one tackle from taking one to the house. Let's hope that happens this coming weekend. So
yeah. Give props to Tate Sandell. My God, he got some work in, man.
Yeah,
he drained him.
yeah.
He hit himself a great Saturday.
Was he 3 for 3 and hit a couple 50 plus?
I think he hit a 55-yarder. I'm pretty sure he hit a 50.
Fourth longest on Owen Field.
Wow. Yeah, coming in on, man.
Yep.
Starting it up.
Yep.
Thank God. We were worried about that in the offseason. I was like, I don't know anything about Tate Sandell.
Right,
Like,
right.
It's one of those things, like, you don't really know what you got in a kicker until he hits the field in front of those 80,000 fans to drain a 50-yarder. Yeah. So props to him, man. He and Sategna and the special teams, like, he's gonna get one.
Yep.
He's been so close all year. So close.
He makes me nervous as hell back there because he'll field stuff at the last minute and act like he's going to grab something off the ground last minute. So, which is kind of fine because Dion always kind of pushed the envelope a little bit in his punt returning days. You want a guy back there that's like uber confident.
Yeah.
But not to the point he's going to – I know he had that one muff. He had that one muff against Michigan, right? So you don't want that, obviously. But but anyway, I don't think we learned anything new about this team last Saturday, and it's really hard to against an inferior opponent. But everything that we've seen so far showed up last Saturday. So we'll learn more this coming Saturday. So transition. It is Hate Week. So I know you can't see my hand there because I got the blurred screen on, but Hate Week is officially here. So hate Texas all week. It's funny, just as soon as the game's over on Saturday, I'm just immediately flipping the switch and just ready to get there. I miss the 11 o'clock kickoffs for Red River just because I'm raring to go. I'm raring to go when I get out of bed, and I don't want to have to wait till 2:30. That's all. But I get it. So, how we feeling about the matchup down in Texas?
Is Mateer playing or not playing? I think that's the question.
That
if
is
Mateer's playing, then
we're gonna like Brent said in his press conference, we're assuming Mateer's not playing. Ha ha, wink. So let's just assume we're rolling with Hawkins for the sake of argument for this pod.
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was watching that Texas Ohio State, and I watched the Texas Florida game, and I came back feeling okay. I don't think Arch is as bad as what everyone is saying, and I don't think the Texas defense is as good as everyone is saying. I really The problem area for
Yep.
Texas
Here we go.
is that
You're gonna
they
take the words right out of my mouth.
they don't have the playmakers like they did last year. Okay, they don't have a Gunnar Helm at tight end. They don't have a Jaden Blue out of the backfield that can catch the ball. They don't have a stud receiver. Ryan Wingo's good, but he's got like barely 15 catches or something like that. They don't have the playmakers. Their
And
offensive line is garbage. Like their offensive line is
that's where I was
a
going, dude.
mess.
That's where I was
Dude.
going.
Oh my
It's the
God.
worst. It's the worst O line down there in a long time. And
It
go ahead.
it might be the worst offensive line in the SEC. Like for real. Like
Yeah.
it's probably down there at the like
Mhm.
Kentucky, the
Mhm.
South Carolina. Like those two teams are really not good. They're on the very bottom rung of the SEC right now.
Yeah.
That offensive line is a mess. Like it is an absolute mess.
Yep.
They have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. When I look at the 4 different units, I'm like, both running games are just average. Quarterback, depending on who plays, of course, you're going to give Arch a slight edge over Hawkins, but their offensive line versus our defensive front is by far the biggest mismatch in this game.
This is the game where OU breaks the school's sack record. They will get 10 or more sacks
10?
in this game. Absolutely. I will be furious if we don't get 10.
Yeah.
We should get like, what's the NCAA record of
let's
sacks in a game?
let's just roll with like 15 or 15 to 18. Somebody had to have done that at some point in time.
I'm gonna look.
That's
look
my
it up.
guess. 15 to 18. See what it is. But no, I think that's definitely the biggest mismatch. I do think you said it. Texas defense isn't as good as advertised. And I think our offensive line has held up good enough against, say, Auburn and Michigan that I don't have a huge concern with the Texas defense. I don't think it's a huge step up from those other 2 teams that we played.
No. And the Texas offense is going to really, really struggle to do anything on this OU defense. And watching that Florida game, Florida sacked them 6 times. And in those 6 times, they only brought 5-man pressure, like more than 4, twice. Most of their sacks were 4-man pressures. Like they didn't have to send 6-man pressures. They didn't have to max pressure. They didn't have to. They did. They don't like looking at Florida's pressure system. It is nowhere close to the amount of dudes and the amount of scheme that Brent has put on Saturday already. Like Florida just really just lined up and just teed off and went after him. That was it. I mean, there was nothing. They weren't doing anything special, and they just wrecked them. And that is very different to Brent's philosophy. Brent's philosophy is I'm going to come after you from all angles and I'm going to beat the crap out of you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a Cam Coleman on the outside to force us out of it. They don't have someone special, a special playmaker that we're going to have to adjust things. We're going to, like Brent's whole philosophy is I am going to send as many guys as early as possible. And then as the game goes on, I'm going to slowly pull back. And I want to send everything I've got because I want to beat you up. And if you can throw over the top of me, or if you can make a big play, then I'll start reeling it in just a little bit. But he always wants to make sure the quarterback is being pressured. Florida didn't do that. Florida was just like 4-man, 7 drop, okay. And their 4 guys were just getting pressure. Arch Manning is going to get hit and he's going to get sacked a lot in this game. This offensive line, Cole Hudson, the center, looked like a lost puppy dog. Like Florida was beating him up. There was a play where a defensive tackle literally just pushed him. It was number 33. I think it was their Brian Bain Jr. for Florida. Just pushed him onto the ground. And I'm like, oh my God. Here's another David Stone who's just going to club the guy to the dirt and then go sack the quarterback play. I can already see it.
Right.
So one of the, Eli, the screen game was actually going to say that. So Sark, some of the stuff that he'll do was some of the screen game. But the other thing is that in that Florida game, what they were trying to do in that Florida game was because Florida was getting so much pressure in the interior, is that they try to go east-west and they try to do all this different, like the jet sweeps, the toss sweeps and stuff. And Florida, with their speed, just rallied and made some great plays. Texas doesn't have the speed to turn the corner. They don't have a big playmaker like a Cam Coleman on the outside. They have a very weak offensive line. Brad, I'm telling you, we need to figure out what the NCAA record is for sacks in a game.
Well, no, Segoy looked it up for us. It was TCU,
awesome.
15 in 2000. Yep.
Just
yeah.
Remember that. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's not happening.
But 10, definitely. 10.
Yeah,
We're getting 10.
I'll settle for 8 sacks and 3 picks. I'll sacrifice the sacks for some picks, man. Because if we can turn them over a couple of times, that'll make all the difference in the world. But
yeah, Brent is going to turn up the heat, and I cannot imagine. I don't know what Texas has in their offense to be able to move the ball on a very motivated OU defense that knows that they're going into this game possibly with the backup quarterback. They know that they're going to have to go to a whole nother level and reach even deeper, and knows that the game is on their shoulders. They are going be ready, man. Because like if we, with the Auburn getting, we got 9 sacks, almost got 10 in the Auburn game.
Yep. This
is Red River rivalry. This is Texas. And this is Texas with a really bad offensive line. This is a match made in heaven when it comes to strength versus weakness. I'm telling you, we're going to get a lot of sacks. They're going to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, I'm going to over under Texas starts -30 for the game.
-30.
What's the inside their 30? How many possessions start inside their 30?
In
the game?
Probably all of them.
That's what I mean.
They're not. Unless our offense is so bad.
Yeah, I think they only get past midfield twice. Yeah, and honestly, it's probably from some stupid penalty or something like that. I'll probably give them one of them. You know what I mean? I haven't going to be able to get into our territory that often.
So I was thinking, like, I think they get into scoring opportunity or they cross the opponent 40 3 times.
Okay,
that's it. And of those 3 times, I have them scoring all 3 times for 13 points. That's where I kind of based my score.
Yep, that's the same score I got them stuck on. I bet 13.
Oh, really?
Stuck. Yep, same thing. No, I'm with you. I just think Arch will look like a deer in headlights by the end of the first quarter. If Brent has his way, he will do some shock and awe and just, rock his world in that first quarter a few times.
Yeah.
And he won't be the same the rest of the game. So I think it'll get so bad, Sark will consider going to another quarterback.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, maybe. That'd be crazy.
I mean,
I don't even know who the backup quarterback is.
Just potentially just potentially to kind of mix it up a little bit. If they're struggling really bad, I could see him potentially doing that for a possession or two. But
My argument to that is that you put a backup quarterback in there.
I know.
What difference does it make if he's gonna get sacked by your offensive line not being able to block?
I know.
Like,
what if I don't know what they have on camp. Hey, by the way, like Parker Livingstone, I think got banged up in the Florida game, and he was like their leading receiver. Did you see his leg? Someone went low on him, dude. It didn't look good. So I would be shocked if he played this week. So you're talking about Wingo and a cast of other guys that are unproven.
Yep.
And like you said, no Gunnar Helm.
Nope.
Running game, thanks to the offensive line, has just been mid at best. Not good. So I honestly, if they get 13 points, I'll be like, I don't know how they did that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And this is why, you got this great defense. That is why with Hawkins starting, it's like, if he starts, we don't know. I mean, we won't know until like kickoff, because the material will probably be out there throwing the ball, and they might do one of those like, not playing type things. But even if Hawk got the start, like this defense gives you a chance to win this game.
Yep.
Your backup quarterback is starting this game, and your defense is going to play straight fire for 4 quarters, and is going to give you an opportunity to win. That's why it's sort of like, it's going to be a close game, because I don't know how many scoring possessions we've got with a backup quarterback. But yeah,
Eli, I hope you're dead wrong, man. Eli, for those that are just listening, he said Hawkins is good for 2 turnovers. Listen, if he takes care of the ball, I'll make a prediction. If we don't turn the ball over, we win this game, and I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's how I feel. No turnovers. I'm predicting a victory. Big victory, not necessarily, but if we take care of the football, I think it's game over, honestly.
Yeah.
So I know normally we wait till the end of our pods to do predictions, but we've kind of already thrown out we think Texas is going to score 13. I think OU gets 17-20. Like I'm thinking 20-13, and with 1 defensive score.
Okay.
And I'll call my shot on that one. I say Peyton Bowen finally gets to take one to the house.
Oh, nice.
He's been overdue, and I think he's going to get his this weekend.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 13 Texas, and I'm gonna say 20 OU, and we get.
That's what I just said.
I know, but I have mine a little bit different. I think Satagna takes one to the house.
Yep. Who I like it.
Special teams, and then we get a scoop and score by RMT in a sack scenario, and sack, scoop, score, touchdown, and then we get 2 possessions by the offense of good sustained drives for field goals, and like you said, clean game.
Yeah. No, I actually think, we're predicting a low scoring game, OU not getting more than 20. Jimmy just chimed in his prediction 24-13.
Nice.
This has the potential to get out of hand in our favor, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it does.
If Mateer is on the field, that's where I'm like, well, we could see a route. I don't.
If Mateer plays, it's over.
Yep.
Sark, he has dipped and dodged. Sark has, God, the lucky bastard has skipped out on so many good teams, good quarterback.
Let's call him Steve this week. Can we just call him Steve? Steve. Sark sounds too nice. Let's just say Steve.
All right. Well, Steve has ducked and dodged with all these backup quarterbacks that he's played against,
He
and
has.
he had to play against Braden Willis as a quarterback. I mean, it's just, ugh. I hope Mateer plays. I hope he plays. I'm praying that thumb heals, because if he's healed up and he can go out there and rip it, it's over, man. It's over.
Yeah. I don't even think he needs to practice this week. Seriously.
Just
If he doesn't practice and he just shows up at the game dressed out, and
he knows the
he's
offense.
got this splint on, and he runs out on the field and he takes the splint off and just kind of throws it to the sidelines, I guess he had one. I guess he had one on over the last Saturday or something. I think that was just a ploy.
You think so?
Yeah, Brent's just playing the game, man. He's just making Texas prepare for two quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, that's what it's like. The building says there's no way, but wouldn't the building be saying that there's no way?
That's what you want them to think,
right?
Right?
I would think so.
Yeah,
I would be. I always thought it would be the opposite. If he was out and you knew he was out, you would be like, "Oh no, we don't know yet." It's a game time decision and all this stuff. You play the opposite just to keep the the mystery, and having them having to not knowing if they're going to get him or not. Psychological warfare. But
I agree with you, Eli.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
do.
likely and we get that. But
yeah,
if it's one of those things, if he can't re-injure it and it's just a matter of playing through pain and he can grip the football, he's playing. But if there's a chance he could re-injure it, there's no way he's playing. I agree with you. I understand. And Eli, I know you're in the medical field, so I'm not going to argue with you. So,
well, let's get into some stats. Let's look at the advanced stuff. You want to?
Oh, absolutely. Sorry I kept you from that, man.
You're good.
Yeah, you got to tell me, man. I forgot about the stats, man. You're the stat guy.
The stat guy.
Yep.
All right. So we're just looking at OU offense, Texas defense.
Okay.
And OU offense is taking a little bit of a dip here. A little bit more yellow and yellow keeps showing up week after week.
Right.
But yeah, Texas defense, they're pretty good on third down as well. Third down conversion rate allowed 33%, ranked 22 in the country. Explosiveness allowed, 5th in the country. Field position, average start 75 yard line, or it would be your 15-yard line, whatever it was. Havoc rate total 28th in the country. O-line yards allowed 29th in the country. And then O-line yards for us, we're 83rd in the country. So that O-line yards is basically run plays after 3 yards. Okay. So if you're rushing plays or going over 3 yards, there's like a metric of that counts all those yards up, basically. I don't know. Do you see any of these other stuff? Anything else in here that looks?
No.
Points per drive allowed is 4th in the country for Texas.
Yeah. No, that's we know their defense is good, and like you said, maybe they got exposed a little bit last week.
Now, this is where you get into stats, right? And, numbers don't lie, but you need as much context as possible to kind of frame it. Texas did play San Jose State, UTEP Miners, Sam Houston.
Yeah, we had 3 rum-dums as well, but they played Ohio State, which is good as it gets. But and then we don't know how good Florida is.
Well, they're 1-3.
Right, exactly. Maybe they're 2-3 now. Did they get their second?
Yeah, they're 2-3. Sorry, they're 2-3. Stuff rate 39, 39th in the country for Texas. Yards per play, they're giving up 4.97 yards per play, 14th in the country. They're giving up 3.4 yards a rush for 5th in the country, which that doesn't spell good for our offense.
Mm-mm.
Yards to drop back allowed, 5.4 yards per drop back, 26th in the country for Texas's defense. But again, I feel like the teams that they played, like San Jose State and UTEP and Sam Houston, are pretty bad, man. They're like really bad.
It'd be awesome if our running game, like if we get 100 yards on Saturday, I would be tickled.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just enough to keep them off balance.
Yeah. So third down conversion rate for OU's offense, 48% for 31st in the country. Explosiveness, not quite there. 82nd in the country. Not too good. Yeah, I mean, our offense is, and this includes the Kent State game, which I don't think we got very many explosive plays. I forgot to get that list, but points per drive were 50th in the country with 2.01. Points per opportunity. So this is how many points you get crossing your scoring opportunity, which is the opponent 40. So as soon as you cross the opponent 40-yard line, we're 35th in the country with 4.5 points per drive. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, and I think, the standard downs is really killing us too. On first and second down, we're not as explosive. I mean, we're 113th out of 136 teams on finding those explosive plays on first and second down.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's one of those games where field position, whoever wins the field position battle may win the game. So if we can, if our average starting drive starts 35, 40-yard line, Rob, and we only have to move the ball 25 yards to give Sandell a chance, then I just think that's a recipe for success.
Yeah.
Just keep pinning them deep. Okay, you're doing.
Yeah, I'm going to swap it.
At some point, compare both defenses. I would like to see those stats too when you get to that.
Okay.
That didn't.
So looking at, oh man. Texas is offense
a little more yellow than
a little bit more yellow.
Yeah.
Third down conversion rates 35%. Holy crap, that's pretty bad. 97th in the country.
Couple that with the run directly across from that,
and then number one, 18%. Number one third down conversion rate. And something about I keep forgetting to mention this. So mine is a little bit different. So like Bill Connolly and team rankings, they actually count penalties as success or failures. So like, for instance, if you're on offense and you got a penalty that converted a third down to a first down, they count it. Which I don't, because I feel that kind of like, I kind of want to keep it pure football.
That skews natural stats when you do that.
I went, because I was like, why is it? Because I went to team rankings and OU wasn't number one. I've had them number one, and team rankings had OU like third. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And so I had to sit there and research. Team rankings actually counted like if the defense got a penalty, like a holding penalty or pass interference, then it counted as a successful third down to the offense. And I don't like that. I think that's kind of stupid. I'd rather just keep it football, because zebras are subjective and we can't just go back and review every single penalty and be like, yeah, that was the right one. No, that was a bad call. That was a good call. There's bad calls, good calls in every game. and you've got zebras that like to control things. So I
Mhm.
just took them out. So I have OU taking all the penalties out as the best third down defense in the country out of 136 teams.
Yeah, no, that's good. So I didn't expect there to be as many orange and yellow over there. Are you sure those are right?
Yeah, so passing downs so standard down explosiveness, yeah, if you isolate first and second down, that's where we have our all of our explosive plays, like most of them. I can get the table together, but like all the explosive like Cam Coleman's big open
Mm.
field plays, going back to Illinois State, all those big explosive plays on the ground, they were all on first and second down. The reason why is because our defense is so aggressive on first and second down is where offenses are trying to find the best way to move the football, like get those explosive plays. They're catching our aggressiveness early. It kind of plays in Brent's hand a little bit because he is so aggressive. He's able to get to the quarterback. He's able to create a lot of havoc. He limits the playbooks. Once he figures out that, hey, they're going to take this shot on Cam Coleman and get it, then he can adjust and cap it. Or he can, Illinois State got those couple run plays, and then what happened? They disappeared. He made adjustments. So his aggressiveness kind of plays in his hand a little bit to where, yeah, he's going to give up some big plays, but then he kind of figures out, okay, that's your bread and butter. That's what you're going to try to do. I'm going to seal that hole, and then he seals it, and then you don't see him happen again. But yeah, we're one of the, as far as explosive plays on first and second down, we're one of the worst in the country. And it's the same with the rushing explosive plays. We've given up 16 rushing explosive plays in the country. So we're standard downs not so good, rushing not so good, but everywhere else as far as creating havoc is just awesome. And then over here, man, like Texas is just like getting hammered.
Pretty inept for playing one one top 25 opponent.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like they're really there's nothing here that field position is but third down bad. Passing success is 101st. That's points per drive is not good. Stuff rate allowed 70th in the country. That's not good. Let's look at the quarterback misery index real quick, and then we can compare defenses real quick. So this is the quarterback misery matrix. So I've been trying to taking a look at this because this was a comparison of EPA dropback allowed and havoc rate. And I was told by some of these other stat guys that like this is a great way to just look at a defense, and one of the good indicators for a defense that's just really dang good, or just the success level of a defense in the modern game, is how much havoc are they creating. Havoc is sacks, PBUs, INTs, tackles for a loss, and the EPA dropback allowed, meaning a quarterback dropbacks to pass. How efficient are they in moving the ball forward? How efficient are they in creating plays to go score? And in the modern game of football, passing rules, passing scores points. OU, again, 5 games in, are in this lower quadrant here, creating a negative EPA dropback allowed, meaning every time a team dropbacks to pass, they're losing. Like every time they drop back to pass, they are negatively efficiently moving the ball downfield. Like they can't move the ball downfield on our defense. And over time, it was just OU and Ohio State, but OU's by themselves now in the whole country. 17% havoc rate through 5 games, negative 11% EPA dropback, And then just a comparison of the SEC, I mean, they're just way over here by themselves. It's unreal. Like this is where it feels different through the numbers, because I was told by some guys like Parker Fleming and some of these other guys that are like, "Hey, I sent this snippet," and I'm like, "You gotta." I mean, you guys have been tracking this a long time. There's another guy, Bud Davis. I was like, "Hey, give me some context here," and they're like, "That is crazy. Like that is." They told me over and over again that this here is a measure where national champions sit here all year. So he's like, you got to keep taking a look at this week to week to week to week, because if OU is sitting here, I mean, that is like you're almost like your team of destiny type stuff. I'm not just saying I'm tracking it, but it's pretty wild.
I think we'll start drifting a little more back to the pack once this SEC schedule starts. I know. I hope not. And you had the SEC pulled up down there. There's a team in there that they will start drifting to the left and up, and that's Missouri, because they have not played anyone yet.
Yeah.
So theirs is kind of a mirage because they haven't played any top 25. I don't think they played an SEC game yet, if I'm not mistaken. So they play Bama this week. So we'll see them come back down to earth. But man, yeah, that OU over there is crazy how far they are off the grid, basically.
Yeah. So let's take a look at defense versus defense. You wanted to see. Let's see. I think I can do that. Hold on. I just realized I only got one
deal. Yeah,
I don't think
That's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
I don't want to look at any of. Let's look at defense real quick. Texas. So what does the Texas defense look like? Pressure usage by rushers, majority 3-man rush, 5-man rush, 4-man, and some sim pressures or replacement pressures. But one of the things I thought was kind of interesting was that their coverage calls. Look at the amount of cover 1 that they ran and cover 3. Like they have ran a crazy amount of cover 1 and cover 3, and in their cover 1. They've given up 45% of completion percentage in cover 1, and the FBS average is 60%. So cover 1 is their, I mean, even watching Florida, it's kind of their like base coverage. The quarters hasn't been as good as to them as the FBS average. Cover 3 has been just as good, but cover 1 kind of sticks out as having a 45% team completion percentage. That's completion percentage allowed on offense to offenses. Their sack rate, they have not really created much sack rates. They actually got to Florida quite a few times, but they are not really getting after the quarterback. And Colin Simmons, watching that Florida and Ohio State game, he was okay. He didn't look as like explosive to me as he was last year. That was just my take from it.
Yeah. I don't. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they turned Lagway over or not this past weekend.
Oh, I don't think they did. Secondary success. So this is defensive boom percentage and defensive bust percentage. So this is kind of going to like kind of a team outlook. It's not just secondary, but look where OU's ranked on here. 15% bust, 30%, 29% boom.
Wow.
Meaning, yeah. And that's because they're creating so much havoc. It's helping their back end. So this is just like, instead of just looking at havoc rate and when a quarterback drops back to pass, I also have the end result of completion percentage and all those different things and PBUs and all that all wrapped into this. So it's literally looking at, okay, quarterback drops that pass. We're creating all this havoc. He's got a negative EPA drop back, but also what's the end result? This is the end result. You have one of the best secondaries in the country. And again, Ohio State is sitting there and a few other schools, and this is what it looks like with the SEC, where we're just sort of sitting up here, all the way up here at the top.
Yeah. So, since we have some recency bias, so to speak, can we look at Florida's defense?
Sure.
Do you have that available?
What do you want to look at?
Just the same thing. Well, yeah, don't go backwards. Sorry. I was just going to have you pull up the stats like you did for Texas just to see how.
Oh, you mean at the
we saw
over here?
we saw OU's.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of curious what Florida looks like since we just saw that game.
On Florida?
Yep.
Yeah. Oop.
So pretty good. There's a lot of green there.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, they're solid. I would say. I mean, looking at I don't really know much about Florida, but looking at these numbers, I mean, they look solid. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're like anywhere close to like the E name, but
they held LSU down really good that 1 week, and then thought they did a good job against Texas too. So no, I think they're a good, definitely better than average defense in the SEC for sure. So
yeah. I mean, they're good. Like I would say, they're a good defense. Let me see here. So we kind of went through OU being a great EPA dropback and havoc team. They're also one of the best in boom percentage and defensive bust percentage and secondary success. I don't think I have. Oh, defensive efficiency. So this is EPA allowed, meaning EPA per play allowed, and then points per drive. And again, briefly, points per drive or points per drive or whatever you want to call it, points per opportunity, whatever you want to call it. OU's right there.
Got some good territory. Yep.
And it's right there next to Ohio State. They're like second in the country. And then looking at it at a SEC standard, we are way ahead of everybody. And for people at home, points per drive is literally how many points are allowed a defense allows per how many drives they face. And then EPA per play allowed. EPA is just a measure of, again, efficiency of how many play, the play is measured on how good it is to be able to go score. So this is saying how many plays are good enough to score a defense allows versus also how many points they've given up per opportunity or per drive. And OU is like second in the country, which is really damn good. Like really good. Like in every single measure, man. Every time I put stuff, all these together, I'm like, okay, well, first in the country, second in the country, first in the country, second in the country, first in the country, second in the country.
Yeah, and I'm guessing last year we were much closer to the middle of the pack. I know you don't have that available, but that's just my guess.
And just to look at sack rate for OU, we had 10% sack rate on top of dropbacks. Auburn, we had 21% sack rate on number of dropbacks. And versus Kent State, we had 17.3% of our opponent dropbacks were for sacks, which is ridiculous. I mean, and I'm expecting this sack rate for OU to go up even higher than Auburn. I bet they get higher. I bet every time Arch Manning drops back to pass,
that's a bold take, Rob. That's a lot of sacks, man.
I'm telling you, we're getting 10. I would be disappointed if we don't get 10 or more. Like straight up, I would be really disappointed because that offensive line is garbage. Yeah. Can I pull it up? Can I pull up how garbage that offensive line is?
There may need to be a stretcher on the sidelines if that's true, because someone's going to get carted off.
So when I was watching the Florida game, I actually was thinking of back in oh man, I think it was 1998. It was Derek Thomas going after the NFL sack record versus the Seattle Seahawks. And I forgot the quarterback's name, but he had been hit so many times, and Derek Thomas sacked him 7 times in the game. And Marty Schottenheimer, there was like a whole half quarter left. He had already broke the record. But Marty Schottenheimer told Derek Thomas, "You're done. You're good." And he said that the reason why he did it was because he didn't want the Seattle Seahawks quarterback to get hit anymore.
Sure. Mercy
He
rule
felt
came into play. Yeah.
he felt bad for him. He was like, "You got the record. You're done." And I feel like Brett will have that opportunity to call the horses back because he's going to beat the crap out of Arch, but he won't. He won't. I feel like that's what's, I think OU, I think this front seven's going to, they're going to have their way, man. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I hope Steve doesn't come up with some magic whatever potion, to make the offense move a little better this week. But I don't know if he can. If you have a bad O line, there's no hiding it.
Yeah.
We've been there, done that. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Yeah. So do you I know you and JY and Alex, you've already had 3 or 4 trench warfare sessions. Do you still feel hope or opportunity for our O-line and running game to kind of get going? Because we're game 5. Is it a trend or is it building?
Florida ran the ball on Texas so well.
Yeah,
they ran the ball on them so well, and they didn't do anything spectacular. They didn't. They ran wide zone. They ran dart.
160
wrap.
rushing yards.
Yep, they ran the ball on them. They popped some really big plays, and they didn't do anything special. Like, they didn't run a whole lot of counter. They didn't run a whole lot of I mean, I didn't see any counter really from Florida. I saw a couple of them, but I don't know why our O-line is struggling with some of like keeping the eyes on backers and eye control and just some of the simple stuff. And I was hoping to see Foji get some more run.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say his last name?
Foji or Foj, however you want to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Foj, like, I feel like I was hoping to see him get more run at left guard. And Simmons didn't have a great game pass protecting. I'm going to let JY and Alex break that down. I'm not sure. I mean, it just looked like he was on skates for some reason. We should have a competent run game because like Florida ran for 160 yards and they did not do anything special, man. It was just hat on a hat and go. Can I bring some of that up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
I'm never going to tell you no.
Can you see that all right?
Yep, sure can.
There we go. Okay, I think I got it. So, we are kind of like a heavy counter team. When I mean heavy, like it looks like we're trying to major in counter, but there was a couple of plays that a couple of plays that Florida had that I was like, oh man, why? I don't know why we couldn't do that. Hold on, let me. Here we go. It's like this is just rap. So counter, right? You're pulling a tackle and a guard. You're vacating 2 gaps. Well, you've got other play variations like dart, where you pull the tackle, and wrap, where you pull the guard. They're safer. A lot of teams, there's teams that don't major in counter. They rather run wrap or they rather run dart because you're only vacating 1 gap instead of 2, and you don't have a chain reaction of reads. A guard reads his blocks, the tackle reads the guard, the running back reads the tackle. Counter game, the counter play is a chain reaction of reads. When you have a chain reaction of reads and you're vacating 2 gaps, your play becomes boom and bust. And we've been on this like teeter-totter throughout the whole year on our counter booming for an explosive and then busting quite a few times because running backs are not reading the hole, tackles are not reading the guard's block, the guard not blocking correctly. I'm not going to the GY counter, it's a chain reaction reads, and if one guy gets it wrong, then it's dead. What Florida had, watching Florida's offense, is that they ran wrap and dart, and this is wrap where they're just going to pull the guard, and the guard's just going to skip pull, meaning you've got the motion here of the tight end, and then you're going to get a guard that's going to stay square. He's going to skip pull. He's going to keep his eyes up, and he's literally watching his block from depth. Gets his eyes on it, clack, boom, there's an explosive. And that is different than some of the plays in the trench warfare where you had Ozida. He was not skip pulling. He was turning his hips. He was running down the line, and he didn't see a backer scraping over, and then he misses him completely, dead play. So it's one of those, like, if your counter's not working, there's always plenty of answers out there for you to add things to your playbook. So looking at like our run game, absolutely it can get better. It can get better with better execution. It can get better calling plays that the players, making adjustments to your players. Some things they can and cannot run. But Florida had a good run game. This is wide zone, and I marked this play because our wide zone, our play side, our feet stop, and I hate it. I don't know why, but every time we call wide zone on play side, our feet just stop. I want you to just watch our right tackle, Brad. This guy right here he's got a heads up defender. Defender is trying to out leverage him. Even though this is going to be stalled at the line, he's going to stall at the line and everything. His feet do not stop. Just keep moving. You're trying to get outside of him. Just keep moving him. And then boom, there's an explosive. I'm like, why? For some reason, like even in the Kid State game, I think I had I'm getting kind of irritated with their wide zone, man, because it's just like, why can we not just here? I'm pulling it up. I don't care. No, because I've seen it all year, and I've even heard. I think I watched Gabe and Teddy. God, it was a few weeks ago, and Gabe was like saying it was mid zone or something. I'm like, it's not mid zone. We're running wide zone, and just we're terrible at we're terrible at our execution of it.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see our running game get going. That'd be a really really nice surprise, considering it's been kind of non-existent the last 3 weeks.
It has, and it. So here's our wide zone. just last week. I mean, this is just last Saturday. Same look. I mean, pistol, ace tight end. What is Simmons doing? I don't care if he's lined up over there. Like, why are you stopping your feet? Like, stop stopping your feet. Like, get out there. Like, get your backside foot, your backside hand strikes the sternum, backside foot cuts the defender in half, and you run. Everyone else, you watch everyone else on this offensive line, all of them, all 4 of them, they do the exact thing. Look, they're all turning and running, and he stops. And I'm like, I don't know what the coaching points are there. It doesn't make any sense. But you watch anybody else that, if you're running wide zone, you run. Unless you're being told to square drag, which that was not a square drag at all. But anyway, just watch how this right tackle just keeps running. Like, he is trying to get outside of him. He's getting that backside foot and that backhand underneath his sternum and run through him. And the running back turns his corner and gets an explosive.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it the X's and O's or Jimmy's and Joe's where you're showing right here? It looks like the Jimmy's and Joe's, right?
I guess so. Let me see. Oh, here's Rap again. Again, this is another simple call that you can add. We don't run this play. Florida did. They ran it for success. Here's Rap. It means guard pull and easy yards. Boop. Easy. Florida's running backs were good too. They were very physical.
Oh, yeah.
And this kid, number 6 for Florida, I forgot his name. It's something like Dallas Wilson, who's a rookie. So again, Texas likes to run cover 1. So this is just cover 1. I mean, they're just manned up on everybody. And corner falls to the ground.
Yeah, that was a huge play in that game. Yep.
And he just takes it to the house. And when you play cover 1, it's my man versus your man. My man versus your man. And Florida's man there won. Golly, man, I want to watch more of this guy.
Right. Yeah. It was nice seeing Gibson get some reps last Saturday. I'd like to see what him and Mateer look like together on the same field.
Yeah. Texas offense. Let's look at some sacks. 4-man pressure and race to the quarterback. This 33 was a dude, man. And Cole Hudson, left guard, Connor Stroh, and DJ Campbell, I think his name is. Is it DJ Campbell? Yeah, it is DJ Campbell. These 3 guys, not very good. I would say not. All 5 of them are not very good, but Cole Hudson, and he's going to have a long day in the office, man. Lining up over Jaden and Dominic. Cole Hudson's going to be the latest center that's going to be tossed to the dirt by David Stone. Again, 4-man pressure. Had a spy. Easy. Too easy, man. Let's look at another one.
Yeah, no, I didn't see too many explosives from Texas last Saturday to overly concern me.
4-man pressure. and a sack. Like, OU does not have to send a lot of pressure
Right.
in order to get pressure, but that is Brent's, like, that's his calling card.
Right.
Like, he's going to send a lot of pressure, even though he doesn't have to. He's gonna make Texas counter his aggression, or he's gonna come after Arch and after Sark's offense, play after play, with his army of sack artists.
Yeah, no, that if Florida was able to collapse the pocket that easily, I don't see us. I'm with you. I just see a ton of sacks, and we can probably just bring 4 or 5 and probably get plenty, but I'm with you. Yeah, Brent's going to dial it up like he normally does.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I don't think, like I said, I don't think Texas on offense has anything they can do to get OU out of their aggression. Like, you're going to have to get something out of them. And unless they hit a play over the top with Wingo,
Yeah, I
they're
forgot
just
they
going to
have
keep coming at you.
DeAndre Moore too, and he's good. So between Moore and Wingo, they got a couple of decent wide
I thought
outs.
DeAndre Moore was out.
I don't. No, I thought he played this. I thought he played this past week.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but I thought he played. I thought he was the leading receiver.
Okay. Oh, was he? Okay.
I'm double checking that before.
Man, I barely saw him on the field, man.
Yeah. So he had 3 receptions, 75 yards. So
okay.
Him and Wingo combined for 150 of their 289 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Now, Steve is just known for screens, tight end stuff. So that doesn't look like it's working as effectively with Arch as it has in the past. And I don't know if that's just O-line breakdowns or what, but that's how it feels to me just watching their 2 games.
OU's defense, Brent has
two
always
competitive
been
games.
really OU's defense and Brent has always been good at defending screens.
Yeah.
Like, they're not a undisciplined defense. You're not gonna be able to screen OU's defense. You're gonna have to get more, and you're not gonna be able to go east-west on them. The only thing that's gonna get them out is if you have a stud receiver that is playing bully ball on the outside and eating your rookie corner for lunch, basically. And Brent's already shown that he can adjust out of it and still get to you. So
you know what Steve's doing a lot this week? Steve's drinking a lot this week. He's resorting back to his old days, man. He doesn't know what he's going to do this week. So he's hitting the sauce. That's what Steve's doing this week. Oh, gosh. Yeah. What else we got?
That's all I got. I just wanted to make those points tonight.
Yeah. No,
we'll go into more like film stuff with JY and Alex, and we can look at more of what OU does. And JY and Alex and I've been focusing so much on offense. We want to do the all 22 with the defense.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see when we get time to do that. But
I just think our defense is just gonna suffocate Texas all day long. I don't remember Brent's opening press conference when he was hired. What was it? Suffocating, relentless, whatever defense. I forget the third word, but that's exactly what we're going to see on Saturday. So, yeah. No, let's wrap things up. So, again, it's hate week. So, hate Texas all week. Cheer like a champion on Saturday. Hope Mateer makes it in the game, but if not, we'll just all get behind Hawkins and hope he can take care of the football. So, looking forward to it. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Thanks, Boomer.
Hey, hey. That is my standard. Champion standard. Champion standard. Yeah. Run my place, ayy. Keep up with the pace, ayy. If you don't got motion, then stay up out of my face, ayy. I be doing a race, ayy. 100 yards out of the way, ayy. It's time to lock it in the field, baby. It's game day. 7 rings you can't handle. I'm on a champion man too. Welcome to my standards. Maybe that's something you can't do. Maybe try a different angle. Maybe try a different play too. When you know you're the greatest, some people might hate you. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard. Don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters. I'm a champ. Champion standard. I'll tell you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Put up or shut up, you know it's competitive. We will not ever take losses. Yeah, I be playing the game, but at heart, you know I am just really a boss. Youngin' or boomer, don't matter who's on the field, everybody getting sauce. Get down with the team, cause we really one-on-one, yeah. Hey, I'm the man, hey, I'm the man, yeah. Watch how we make fans, while we also make this cash, hey. When it comes to plays, there isn't what we haven't ran, yeah. Competition's getting body, that's no cabin. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard, don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Champion standard, and we don't play. Champion standard, and we don't play.